This isn't that case that you are used to where someone wanders off. She can't wander off. My mom, she was in tremendous pain. Yeah. Her back was very bad. You know, she was trying to, on a good day, she could walk down to the mailbox and get the mail, but most days not. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open. Yeah. And there was blood on the front doorstep. And the Ring camera had been yanked off. This is not okay. Yeah. This isn't, something is very wrong here.
So moments ago, Savannah Guthrie revealing brand new details about the moments they discovered their mother was missing 7 weeks ago. Fox News contributor and retired FBI supervisor special agent James Galliano has been covering this case from the very beginning and joins us now. James, it's good to see you, my friend. Two things stick out to me. One, she refers to her mother in past tense. That was new. The second thing is she introduces this new detail about the back doors being propped open. What do you make of that?
Yeah, LJ, a couple of big takeaways, and I think you're onto something here. The first is it's heart-wrenching to listen to this videotaped interview. Savannah is going through survivor's guilt right now. Guilt, remorse, feelings of worthlessness, feeling like this was her fault when it was clearly not. And look, as we're looking at the drone footage from our drone team right now of the backyard, the big takeaway I took from this interview was the fact that she said doors, multiple doors, were propped open in the back. Now, we know early on in the investigation, the sheriff had insinuated that there might have been forcible entry and then walked it back in later interviews and said there was no forcible entry. So did someone have a key? Was there a keypad there? Or was the door left unlocked? And second of all, Lawrence, this was another huge takeaway for me. Savannah basically assesses that two of the ransom notes, the ones that the family responded to, in her words, were real. I think those are the two biggest takeaways from this interview.
Let's go back to the initial point about the back doors being propped open. Since you were on the scene, and we remember that Hilo observing that area and the ground team doing the grid search back there, where could he have taken her that direction? Is it terrain going out the back door?
Yeah. No, it would be too difficult. I mean, Lawrence, this is arduous terrain. I mean, it's undulating hills. You've got saguaro cactuses. You've got all kinds of unforgiving landscape there. What I surmise, and again, from having been 5 feet away from the front door, what I surmise is that a vehicle had to be brought into that half-circular driveway. You could escape the Nest or the Ring doorbell camera from that perspective. You could park it by the garage, come around to the back door and go in that way. Why the kidnapper or kidnappers felt the need to disable the Nest camera, that leads me to believe that they thought that that camera could pick something up from the roadway. Now, we know how dark it is out in the desert at night, and that Ring camera, Nest camera, only picked up movement out to about 10 feet. They're slated to go out to 30 feet, and I think they did that as a precaution. But then you've got the blood spatter also on the front porch, and we know that that blood came back to Nancy Guthrie.
You brought up the Ring camera. Here's Savannah Guthrie talking about that. Watch.
When the Ring camera video surfaced and you could see who that person was, just tell me what you thought when you saw those images of the person who took your mother.
I mean, it's just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
It's just totally terrifying. And I can't imagine that is who she saw standing over her bed.
James.
Yeah, I think, again, this goes back to the survivor's guilt. She's watching this video, and again, the FBI's Operational Technology Division, along with the commercial companies, did a great job of digging this video up that's on the screen. And look, Lawrence, I've been doing this prognostication business for a long time, and I'm 99% right when I suggest, hey, this person or these people will be apprehended. But we're into day 54 right now. And remember, the Brian Koberger case took 47 days for them to be able to bring him into custody. But I think the proximity to the Mexico border makes this inherently more difficult. And going back to the Dark Skies Initiative, there just wasn't enough camera evidence. There wasn't enough imagery because of how dark it is out there. And the fact that the cameras that were put out by the municipality, they don't track license plates. They basically just make gauges on how much traffic is coming or going. That's what's made this exceedingly difficult. I still believe that we will find out who did this. Every day that goes by just becomes more difficult to believe that it's going to be a successful reunion with Savannah and her mother.
James, I got to get this last side in because there's this emotional moment where Savannah takes some responsibility. Watch.
There are a lot of different notes, I think, that came. And I think most of them, it's my understanding, are not real. And I didn't see them. But, you know, a person that would send a fake ransom note really has to look deeply at themselves. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to my sister and my brother and my kids and my nephew and Tommy and my brother-in-law. I'm like so sorry. I'm so sorry. If it is me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Both of us do TV. I'm in morning television. Like I felt that to my core. She feels like in some way she's responsible, that they targeted her because she was her mother.
Yeah, survivor's guilt, classic case. And I wrote down what she said there. You know, it's too much to bear to think that I brought this to her bedside. Fame and celebrity are helpful tools in getting the word out in this instance, but we also get to see her pain, her palpable pain on the screen in real time today.
Love on your loved ones. Have security measures in place. And even then, that may be enough, so pray. Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Thanks, LJ.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.